Ah. Alright, hang on, let me undeafen. Alright, guys, can you hear me?
Yes.
I can indeed.
Alright. Okay, hello, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Shrine Talk episode 39. And of course, my two guests today are Roba and Red. Say hello, guys.
Hello.
Howdy, everyone.
Alright, hang on. Yeah, Roa, can you increase the gain on your mic a bit? I already have you on 200% on Discord.
Hello.
Okay, that is way better. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Before we start the talk itself, I would like my two guests to introduce themselves first. Let us start with Roa. Go ahead.
My name is Rosato, half demon fighter who serves for truth. I am I'm a variety streamer who plays fighting games, JRPGs, and any other sorts any sorts of games I like to show off as well.
Nice. All right, Red. How about you?
Alrighty, everyone. Greetings, everyone. I'm glad I got your attention. My name is Red Maze, and I am definitely not an AI. I'm definitely just a Hawaiian dude that you're familiar with, I'm sure, everyone. I am a variety streamer as well, although I do primarily focus on gacha games, and I do play my occasional fighting games as well, but for the most part, I do focus on particularly that in general.
All right. Good. Okay. So, for those who have not followed my fellow VTubers here, I have already given them a shout out. So, if you can, please do give them a follow. Check out their streams. All right. Now, before I move on, first I do want to ask Red, are you okay? Just want to check on you.
Yeah, so I'm sure most people have already figured it out. I've been sick for the past week or so. For the most part, I am okay now. My voice is not 100%. So if you do hear me like spontaneously cough during my parts of if I'm talking, I do apologize for that because I'm not fully recovered, but I'm at a state where I'm okay to talk for the most part, but still have to be wary of maybe not talking too much if possible.
Okay, that's fine. As long as you are doing fine. All right.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so for those who have checked the tweet and stuff, today's topic is indeed about Capcom's recent I really do not know how to properly call it because it is not exactly a campaign, nor is it exactly like a perspective. So I will just say their current measures, I guess, that they have been taking in their recent games to make it less mod friendly and stuff. Now, before we do get to the crux of the topic, I do have some questions for my guests before we get to the meat of the topic. Now, first things first. Roa. So,
Yes.
do you play your games modded or vanilla?
With me, I usually play my games vanilla first, then modded later. Because with me modding, it brings a new perspective to what I enjoy with my games, and how can I spice it up a little bit. And feel like it's not like I'm repeating the same task all over again in like New Game Plus.
Okay, that's good. Okay, so Roa here does play his games vanilla first before he mods. Okay, which is good. How about you, Red?
For me personally, I kind of don't see the appeal of modding the games. I strictly play as much as possible with the vanilla version of the game as much as possible because I don't really like. For me, I don't really like tampering with what the devs have already established and stuff. So,
Fair.
and to me, it's like I feel like sometimes the mods can be a bit disruptive in a sense as well. So
Fair.
I much prefer to keep it as it is, how it is and stuff.
So since Roa does play his games modded, could you give examples of like games you have modded and how extensive the mods are?
So the mods I use for my games, what I'm using recently is Monster Hunter World, and I use like what's it what do you call it?
The ice mod?
No, I did not try the ice mod. I tried to use the so something of life of oh yeah, it's just very convenient of me, like with Iceborne. It I have like Pillars of Light mod for drop items.
Yeah.
Because Snow Horse Frost sucks. Just sucks it with the snow, and I can't see.
No one
like,
can
white
see
part,
shit on
the
that
white
map.
particle that comes off of dropped items.
Yeah, snow region. Okay, how does the game highlight items? White pillar. How big? Small. Okay.
Yeah, particle.
Totally will see that.
And
Well,
a small particle.
Okay, what is the game that you have modded the most?
The game I modded the most was I just recently played a remake of Kingdom Hearts 2, which the mod was called Nobody May Cry. It just combines the Devil May Cry
Ooh.
style of combat with Kingdom Hearts.
So I'm guessing the gameplay is less bouncy? Or less floaty, as Chico would say it.
Yeah, everything's less floaty.
Okay.
Combos, there's new combos, new forms.
Damn, that is awesome.
Like, Roxas.
Cool. Well, as yours truly, I do mod a lot of the games I play. Well, usually, as you would expect it, not many games support mods natively. And those that do, people usually first make quality of life mods first before they make the crazy mods, like the Bethesda tradition of Thomas the Tank Engine mods. Let's see. I have modded a lot of Resident Evil 4, which has become a bit of a community joke at this point. Monster Hunter World as well, I have modded a lot, mostly cosmetic mods and a little bit of quality of life mods. Like for quality of life, I think I do have the item shop that has more items, because it is a bit of a conundrum. Like, you have a fuck ton of Zenny at one point, and you have so many resources, you're like, I want to spend this money because I am not stingy like Sheikah, and I just want to spend this money on something. So yeah. Yeah, I do mod a lot of my games, but mostly cosmetic and sometimes gameplay mods. Like for Resident Evil 4, one of the coolest mods I've ever played is called the Nightmare mod. And the Nightmare mod literally does stuff crazy, like it it has new enemy placements, even new enemy types, which is really, really crazy. Like, my baby modder brain is like, how the hell do people even do that? Really fucking amazing. Back to you though, Red. You did mention that you mostly play your games vanilla, right?
Correct, yes.
Well, if you were to get a mod for a game, what kind of mod would it be?
Like any particular game or just
Any
just
particular game that you do play a lot?
I mean, I feel like If I really had to put one in, it definitely still would probably just be like a small visual bug, not visual bug, visual mod.
So like
in the game too. Again, because I prefer not to try and disrupt as much of the game as possible. So like when people add in like the whole like Thomas the Tank Engine, like mods in, it's like I see that as it's funny, yeah, to me personally, just watching it. But if I were to play it for myself, I would see it more so as a distraction and disruption, more so than anything than for me personally to be invested in like what's happening in the world.
So could you give an example of a visual mod that you would add? Say, like what is a game you play a lot other than Nikke?
Okay. If I could mod Nikke, well,
yeah, how would you mod Nikke?
I don't think you can though. That's the thing.
Yeah, but you know, theoretical, hypothetical.
Theoretically,
just so we can get a measure of what kind of mods you would use.
I mean, there's definitely some. If we're gonna use Nikke as a basis, I definitely would change some characters' costumes and stuff as freely as I could, because I actually seriously dislike some of these costumes. For some
I see. Because when you said
like,
visual,
I like the character though. That's the thing. I like the character, but their visual design is what can be like a major turnoff for me personally. Fair. Even though they are, in a sense, a good character. So it's just like, oh, I really want to use this character, but man, her design sucks. I hate it.
Fair. Because when you said visual, I usually think of what some games that do not have native mod support do. They have visual quality of life mods, like outside of Reshade, of course. You have something that, for example, Roa did mention in Monster Hunter World, the Pillar of Light mod, where it literally mods the visual cue of item pickups in Monster Hunter World so that you can really see it. Like it will be very difficult to miss. Like that kind of visual mod. There are other games that do that too. So I was thinking of something like that, but okay. So you would install cosmetic mods that would drastically change character designs or outfits to your liking then.
In some cases, yes, but for the most, I think with like, if we could just use something maybe Tekken 7 or Tekken 8 at this point, I wouldn't go out of my way to install like a very new costume, but if there's a costume that I like but the colors just didn't work out for whatever reason, maybe I would go out of my way to install like a color mod so that way it suits my preference.
Fair.
Something like that.
Oh, that is very fair. I mean, everyone knows how I have not played Resident Evil 4 as Leon since April last year. since people have been modding that game like crazy. Now, let's see. I would love to install cosmetic mods on S6 and Tekken 8. Sadly, not do well on console. Yeah, that is one of the major reasons why people get their games on PC, is because you can most likely mod it. And even if you cannot, there are a lot of tools that really help people out on PC more so than console. And just to give an example before I move on to the next question, like in Final Fantasy XIV, I remember there is this one raid in Endwalker where you fight a Phoenix. Phoenix is orange. And it is on fire, which is red. The arena floor is also orange, surrounded by a wall of fire, which is red and orange. And the visual cues for AoEs are also, you guessed it, red. So very, very painful to look at. And the average raid fight will last around 10 to 20 minutes. So imagine staring at your screen that is just blood red orange for 10 to 20 minutes or more, depending on how well your party does. So people,
fun.
Yeah, not fun. If your idea of fun is like getting a headache, sure. But people have used.
If I may, do you think that might be just an oversight on like Squeenix's part?
Definitely
for having them.
Definitely. Now the thing is, although the game has colorblind support, it does not help with stuff like that. So people have used a very popular third-party program, which is injected into the game. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen this before. Reshade.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. People use reshade to reduce the saturation of the colors so that it is way less painful to look at. All right. Now I would want y'all's opinion on mods as we get closer to the meat of the topic. Do you think mods do more harm than good, or do you think that do you think mods do more harm than good? And I would like to hear first from Red, since you do not use mods often.
Do they do more harm than good?
Yep.
No, I wouldn't say so. I don't think so. Because again, I feel like with mods, it's very much your a tailored, personalized thing for you, the person themselves. So I don't think it would really be affecting anyone else in particular, because you're modding it for yourself, not for anyone else.
Yeah, most of the time mods are client side.
Yeah, exactly.
Meaning,
So,
for example,
I don't see anything.
like let's say Red and I, is there multiplayer in EK? No.
Technically there is, but let's just say yes.
Okay. Okay, fine. Let's say Red and I are playing Nikkei, and he uses one unit that he doesn't have that I have, and he has a cosmetic mod for that unit. Only Red will see it. It's not like when I use that unit on my end, I'm like, wait, what the fuck are you wearing? It's completely different. No. It is mostly client side. So, mods that you install on your game, most of the time, I want to emphasize, most of the time, only you will be able to see it. No one else will. So yeah, just wanted to point that out. So generally, you really do see, mostly to the benefit and really tailor fit to people's individual preferences, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Correct. Okay. How about you, Roa? Do you think mods do more harm than good, or otherwise?
I say mods do a lot of good than bad, because it brings a fresh take to some of your favorite games. You want something that's not like so repetitive that it breaks a bunch of the repetibility of the game.
Yeah, true.
So you want to try to mix that up with like visual mods and all that. And there's some things that helps with the quality of life of games, like with like what I said with like Monster Hunter Iceborne. I can't find like dropped items, and the minimap is not reliable to make me find it as well.
I mean, just to add to that, because you said replayability, a game like Skyrim that released over a decade ago, people still play the shit out of that game even till today. And I would say that is because of no small effort from mods, to be honest.
Yep.
I mean, if you played Skyrim, oh my god, my Filipino Tourette's. Skyrim. If you played Skyrim when it released, which was 2011, you would be wowed by the graphics, right? But if you played it today, you're like, whoa, what are these graphics? Oh.
Yeah.
But then you install mods, and then you're like, this is Skyrim. There are some exceptions, of course, that there are some games that do not need mods for them to age really well. I mean, you look at one of the most common games used for that argument. You look at the Arkham games. You look at Metal Gear Solid 5 in particular. Hell, even Deus Ex, Human Revolution. There are games that age well over a decade to this day. But there are some games that not exactly do that well. Maybe because of the style, maybe the engine, maybe the game itself, I don't know. But mods are a good way to prolong a game's longevity. And recently, of course, Look at Cyberpunk 2077. One of the main reasons why people were able to stay with the game, because while the developers were fixing that game, a lot of mods did band-aid solutions which were pretty effective, to be fair. To the point where CD Projekt Red was like, you know what? This is a big thank you and a love letter to the modders. They added native mod support for Cyberpunk because of that. Yeah. Anyway, you were saying something, Roa?
Yeah, like with Skyrim, your game for example, it gives a lot of life, and plus I prefer Macho Man Randy Savage Dragon over Thomas the Tank Engine Dragon.
That is fair.
But it does breathe a lot of life in rekindling to what you love with games, and how you can see a difference that you want to how you want to spice up with a new playthrough with visual mods.
The best part also is those modding a game is really up to you. Like, one of the most toxic arguments that, when worded right, actually applies really well. You chose this. Like, it is your decision. Like, you do not have to mod the game. I'm like, yeah, precisely. I do not have to mod the game, but at least I have the option to if I want to. I mean, that FF14 mod example I gave is just one example of a mod that really helped out a lot of people. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you can relate with this recently. There are some games that still do not support button remapping on your controls.
Yes, I had to install that with like Resident Evil 6.
Yeah, a lot of mods do that for you. Like, you can remap the inputs on your controller natively on the game with mods, just so that it is more comfortable to use. And sometimes those with handicaps actually need it.
Yeah, with like Resident Evil 5 and 6, they only even though it was released like in PlayStation consoles, but on Steam it's all Xbox controls.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah. So I had to download mods just to
change the inputs.
Because I keep getting confused with my Xbox.
Yeah, that is fair.
That's the same with like Hi-Fi Rush as well, because I can't get used to Xbox
X input, yeah. I mean, one of the most popular mods for any game really is like, oh, Nintendo Switch layout, PS5 layout, PS4 layout, Xbox layout. I mean, I did check Tekken 8, one of the earliest Tekken 8 mods I saw. PlayStation button layout. I'm like, I'm getting this. I'm fucking getting this. Need that shit. And if you notice, Capcom has kind of embraced that by just about every game ever since the RE engine. You can seamlessly swap the button layouts. Even Monster Hunter World allows you to like, you can use PlayStation 4, Xbox, and even a Switch layout if you wanted to. Which is pretty cool. Without any mods and shit. Like, me personally though, mods doing more harm than good? Definitely not. I disagree with that notion. I really do think that mods really do more good than any harm. But of course, I am not biased enough to say that there are not any mods that do harm, which we will tackle later.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have my words for that as well.
Yeah. Now, as we are starting to dip our toes now into the topic, so I would like to ask Ro and Red, are you two aware, or how aware are you two about Capcom's recent their recent attempts to make their games less mod friendly?
I knew it when I fully knew that they were doing that, but until that Chun-Li incident, that was basically a tipping point of it.
Okay. How about you, Red?
Yeah, for sure. I was like, to me, I wasn't super like on top of it because I haven't really been playing much Capcom games in the first place
Fair.
as of late. But like Roa said, when the whole Chun-Li incident sparked up, it definitely came onto my radar. I was like, Capcom's probably going to do something about this, aren't they?
Yep. Me, I have been fairly knowledgeable of how not too mod friendly Capcom has been with mods in general. Like even as early as about Monster Hunter World. Monster Hunter World does have an anti-cheat in it, which hilariously does not work. It does not work. And the funny part is, when it launched on PC, the PC port, it was infamous for being performance hell, where everyone's CPU at the time was at like 80-90% being pushed. And hilariously, the solution was to turn off the anti-cheat. And the mod is called Stracker's Loader. It is literally a mod loader. So even if you did not mod the game, if you had the mod loader, your game ran better. Wait, you're telling me the mod to fix the performance of this game, and it was released literally on the day of the performance issue. The mod to fix the performance of this game is a mod loader. Like, it is not an actual mod. It is a mod loader because it turns off the performance drain of DRM, which it can go fuck itself, and anti-cheat as well. And I laugh at how it's not even a mod. It's a mod loader that fixes the game. It's not like those potato PC mods that you see for games like most big games nowadays. Even Cyberpunk had it. Star Wars Jedi Survivor had it on PC, which a lot of people did use, just so that it can work on their PC properly. But yeah, on World it was not even a mod; it was a mod loader that did that. So fucking dumb. But yeah, ever since that, like, there are some mods that people tried to use on World, like custom quests and stuff, and the game does have a soft lock where only people that have the same mod as you can do that. So, for example, right, let's say me, Roa, and Red were playing Monster Hunter World, and I mentioned the Ice mod earlier, which is a gameplay mod which changes a lot about the game, to the extent where the game is like, okay, you are playing a different game altogether. You can only play with people that have this mod with you. So if Roa had Ice, Red did not have Ice, I have Ice, Red cannot play with me or Roa. So even if Red did not like the changes, but Roa likes the changes, and we do not mind like playing together with or without the mod, basically the game is like, no, either all of you play with the mod or without the mod. And the same was definitely with Monster Hunter Rise, where people did make custom quests with custom monsters, mind you, monsters not natively in Rise or Sunbreak. And Capcom did make a blog post about that. They were like, yeah, these are cheats, which definitely got ratioed by the general community, not just online. Oh wait, not just the Monster Hunter community, but even online community that play other games. They were like, no, they're not cheats.
Yeah.
I do not. Yeah, I don't approve with like Capcom saying that these are cheats, but there are some mods that I don't approve of. That's just
Oh yeah.
goes against their that goes against.
Yes, these are the kinds of mods I believe that Red would definitely not approve of. I mean, me personally too. I have seen mods in a lot of games that are just straight up cheats, and it is pretty funny because I really do not mind if people cheat in a single player game. I mean, I am pretty sure a lot of us have done that earlier in our gaming days, especially, you know, old Grand Theft Auto games. Like, who the hell has played a Grand Theft Auto game without cheats? Like, no. You eventually cheated because it was fun.
No, I did like GTA San Andreas, Vice City.
You had that old pad paper. You had that old pad paper with the inputs.
I had game winners and just print and tell my mother, "Can you print this out of work? I need this."
You had those magazines.
No, I have I went to Game Winners and told my mother, "Can you download this for me at work?" And she just brings back like a binder full of cheat codes.
Dude,
and
my shitty Filipino internet back in the day could only browse sites like game FAQs and like, oh, these are the cheats. Okay, let me write it on a notepad in case I do not have internet for the next day. You never know.
Yeah,
I'm like, ha.
Yeah. As soon as I played one of my cousin's Grand Theft Autos was San Andreas.
Mm-hmm.
We just looked up cheats and just had the time of our life.
Yeah, it was just fun messing around.
I mean, if you think back, like even further with some even older games, like the whole cheat mode thing was like the staple of those games too.
Back then, there's literally a cheat menu where you can activate cheats.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And now we've reached the point where it's the complete opposite. It's like,
right?
It's like we can't even have fun anymore. Unfortunately.
I mean, there's a difference between cheats and cheaty unlockables. I mean, just to speak of something I do know, like Resident Evil 4 OG. If you finish the game, or just about every Resident Evil game, if you finish the game under certain parameters like no saves, no use of item box, no use of healing items, finishing under a certain time or difficulty, you unlock crazy weapons like the Chicago typewriter or the hand cannon, which had infinite ammo and can one-shot enemies because why not? Because it is fun. And the thing is, you get that by working hard with the game without it. So, you know, it is kind of in the vision of what Capcom had for RE4 OG. But of course,
I feel like that's more so like an achievement unlock more so than like cheats.
Yeah,
honestly.
Yeah. It is more. it does blur the line between achievement and it is a cheat. Like, yeah, that's why I say cheaty weapons are not the same as cheats, because cheap cheaty weapons, like there is a caveat for those usually. Like you unlock that by doing X, Y, or Z. And thing is, like as Roa mentioned, there are some mods where I'm like, why even play the game at this point? Like Monster Hunter World, I do remember reading a Reddit thread where somebody was fighting a really hard fight, and then somebody joined because they had the SOS flare up, and the message that they said was literally like they basically used the multiplayer chat thing and said, today's your lucky day, and they just breathed on the monster with one hit and then the monster died. And obviously the host of that hut was like, you fucking kidding me? So yeah, like why even play the game at that point? And it is like kind of jaded when you see that there are people that like, oh yeah, I am about to bless this person. You are lucky that I am going to cheat the fun out of this game for your experience. I'm like, bruh.
Yeah, no. I didn't know about cheats of Monster Hunter World until an animation came out of it, showing off the PC players' experience with mods with Monster Hunter World. They just show off the cosmetics.
I mean, there's literally they do not even hide it. Like if you go to Nexus Mods right now, type cheat, literally you'll see cheat weapons, cheat armor, one hit. I'm like, bro. You know?
And one segment of that animation showed off a solo hunter facing a Devil Joe with two cards already.
Mm-hmm.
He just goes offline, pull out the cheat menu, turn on one hit kills,
and then kill it. Yeah. I mean,
it killed the pickle.
I mean, if we're making funny content like that, I do get it. But in a multiplayer setting, though, that is a whole different story. Because again, as a lot of us like to say, consent is hot / sexy. So, thing is, like, when you cheat in a single player game, you're literally consenting to yourself that, yeah, I will use cheats in this game. My experience will be affected. But let us say that I have this like OP Charge Blade moveset where like I deal like great sword levels of damage with the ease of a heavy bowgun. But I'm playing with like Red and Roa. Like before they can even start using their weapon movesets or whatnot, I'm just stunning the boss to oblivion and they're like they're just there like why are we even here?
Might as well not even play.
Yeah, might as well not even play. And the thing is, like, my experience is being affected, but so is theirs. That is where I draw the line with OP mods or cheats like that.
And for something like Monster Hunter, it completely just takes out the whole like struggle of taking down this big monster in the first place. It's
Yeah.
But like you're neglecting the one thing that makes this game
The design of the game is literally to like work hard, die over and over and over and over again. Like it is basically a nicer version of the Souls games game design, right? Where it is about overcoming difficulty and adversity. Monster Hunter is a more colorful version of that.
Yeah.
Right.
With me with Monster Hunter World, when Fatalis came out,
Oh dear.
it took me 50 tries just to get one kill.
I have never played Monster Hunter World with like OP weapon cheats or whatnot. Like I will confess, like the worst I have done maybe is just like a couple of mods that save me from grinding materials and decos, because I'm just like, I would love to, but I also play a shit ton of games, right? If I was playing only Monster Hunter, maybe I could invest like 100 plus hours for one fucking decoration.
Yeah.
Decoration.
I
would, but I play other games, so no thanks. But I do not like. I also like. Man, I am running out of max potions and ancient potions, but do I really want to? No, I am not going to grind the resources for that again. So I'll just give it to my character for free, because fuck it. But of course, when it comes to fighting monsters, I'm like, no. I'm not gonna do like weapons and armor mods. Like, give me every single skill maxed out. Like, bro.
Yeah.
You were saying, Roa?
Yeah. With Monster Hunter World, I just hate the RNG with the decos. With World than the charms.
That's
RNG charms in Rise.
Yeah, there are levels of RNG that we are willing to go through, but there are some that we are not willing to go through. Even the most hardcore hunters hated Rise. The charm farming in Rise was bullshit.
Yeah, and I also hate the deco farming worse, because I had to grind so many astral tickets.
Oh god.
It was just a kid. So I say fuck it. I'm getting a mod that gives me astral tickets with request.
Yeah, with requests. And I mean, like, even more hardcore hunters that I know for Rise, they did use the charm editor mod / cheat that just gives them the charm that they want. Because Senna told me, like, hey Yoko, do you know the odds of getting this particular charm with these augments and stuff? I'm like, 1%. He's like, ha, try 0.1. I'm like,
try 0.1 with.
Huh?
Yeah.
0.1% chance to get this? Now the best part is that the charm editor does have a function called cheat protection. So basically, cheat protection. The mod does allow you to prevent yourself from making a charm that is clearly a cheat. See, so there is that option that modders do realize, like, yeah, like we do get that you want to bypass some of the bullshit of the game, but I'm pretty sure some people do not want to cheat, so we will give them the option to, because why not? Which is also always nice to see.
Yeah, the thing is with that I don't like is with Worlds RNG because you only get two attack decos.
Oh yeah.
That was within World. That was given. And you want to get more, it's a less than a 1% chance to get it.
Yeah.
Which after 2.1 hours of me play, well, now it's not 2.5 hours. 2.5k hours into World, I still only get the two deck.
That is
the two gimme
sad.
decos.
Ouch. Like that's just big yikes right there.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, moving on to the next question. So, as you all know, so me, Roa, and Red, we do have varying awareness for Capcom's recent views against views and attempts to make their games less mod friendly. Like, if any of you have played Street Fighter 6, just to give an example, a lot of you may have noticed that on just about every patch, even a patch that does not add anything major, like maybe a hotfix or something, a lot of your mods do not work. And the thing is, like, I do a little bit of side research just to look, and I am part of several modding discords, and a lot of them have mentioned how increasingly difficult it is to make their mods update proof, as they call it. But of course, just like just how anti-cheat campaigns right now are a tug of war, a consistent tug of war between the developers of the game and cheaters, like, it is practically a never-ending fight, let's be honest. I mean, even Riot's heavily marketed Vanguard anti-cheat is not cheat-proof. People have encountered some of the most blatant cheaters in Valorant. Which is why me personally, like, I wonder if you agree with this on me, guys. Like, if you're to make a countermeasure for something, make sure it affects those you only want to be affected by, right? Like, if you want to make a very invasive anti-cheat, make sure it only affects the cheaters and not, you know, people who do not cheat.
Yeah. Like the most
Because,
recent one.
because there are some games that they do introduce stuff like anti-cheat or whatnot, anti-tamper stuff, but it compromises performance of the game, causes more crashes and bugs, and those who do not mod are like, why the fuck am I affected by this, right? Fucking sucks.
Yeah, if you know, I was with Anari with the Rise. With like Rise, like every update, our like Hunter Pie has to be updated every damn time.
Oh yeah, Hunter Pie. But that is more of an overlay mod than, say, a very crucial mod that we do need, like custom layered armor, animation mods, or more generous grinding mods, to be fair.
Yeah, I hate some of these grinds.
Have you ever been affected by that, Red, by a kind of implementation of a system in the game that is supposed to affect a portion of a community, but ends up getting everyone affected by it?
In any of the games I've played, I don't think so, to be honest. I don't recall anything of that sort happening to me personally.
That's good.
Target.
Lucky you.
I have.
Oh, do share.
So I am a Monster Hunter fan. I played since 3U.
Oh.
But back in my 4U days, I went to a custom lobby. The guy brings out a custom quest to finish Kushala.
Uh-huh.
But the drops for like decos were different. They gave me, and it gave me the impossible to get Master's Edge charm.
Let me guess, you got flagged as a cheater?
Yeah, it flagged me as a cheater as well.
Oh dear.
Because I got the razor sharp chip, and I didn't know because it was given to me by a cheater, yet I'm getting flagged. Like
That
as a
is
cheater.
your buy.
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely,
kind
yeah,
of
bro.
pissed.
Yeah,
I was kind of pissed. Yeah. Also, I used to be I used to be an Insect Blade player for you, so you can count that as cheating because I just mount a lot of monsters with by using that.
Yeah,
Using
that
the
is yeah. I can understand that. Yeah, there are some games that do that. They implement something that is supposed to affect only a portion, but they end up affecting more than they envisioned to, like, you know, deter or whatever, which is really, really fucking sad. I mean, if you guys remember Valorant before it released, a lot of people were very much turned off, even me personally to some extent, by Riot Vanguard because of how intrusive it is as an anti-cheat. And I'm not talking about like Kernel Zero. No, just about every anti-cheat out there. Easy anti-cheat, Battle Eye. It all runs on Kernel Zero. And TLDR for those who do not know what that means. Kernel Zero basically means that it does not need your permission to run. Yeah, I know, kind of scary, but that is needed for the anti-cheat to like bypass any permissions that cheat programs usually bypass themselves. The problem is that most anti-cheats that do that only run when the game is running, so you feel a bit safer, right? Like, you could just be doing your usual, like, typing a document, browsing your Twitter, browsing your email, watching a video, listening to Spotify, whatnot, being chilling. But there are no programs running on Kernel Zero that is not supposed to run without your permission. However, the moment you boot up a game like, say, Apex, Valorant, or sorry, not Valorant in this case, well, yeah, Apex, other multiplayer games, you usually see that, like, that bear with the easy anti-cheat run before the game runs, right? And that is basically telling you, like, yo, now that you open this game, we're gonna open this program first, and then you run the game.
Yeah.
Vanguard is a different story, where it runs the moment your PC boots up. And that shit is running in the background the entire time. So let us say Red just wanted to join us in Valorant, right? And, well, for me and Roa, like, we are already used to Riot Vanguard running in the background, even though we do not want it to. Like, yeah, like, okay, it is there. But let's say one day Red is like, you know what? I want to play some Nikkei today. Nothing but Nikkei today. And then after, like, 5 hours, he's like, okay, you know what? I actually want to shoot guns this time. And he sees that me, Roa, Beanie, Unagi, we are playing Valorant. We could use a fifth. And he's like, can I join you guys for a game? And we're like, yeah, sure. And then he forgot, like, wait. I closed Riot Vanguard after booting up. He has to restart the PC. Yes, you actually have to restart the PC if Riot Vanguard is closed. Because Valorant will not boot up unless that thing is open. Where most games is the other way around. You open a game, it will boot up the anti-cheat and then the game. Here, no. You cannot boot up Riot Vanguard whenever you want. It has to boot up at the same time that your PC boots up.
Yeah, and
which
some of these
sucks. Like, the earliest parts, Roa, if you do not know, those who, like me, like, I really, really hate cheats in multiplayer games. Just by having MSI Afterburner, Vanguard was like, yeah, that's a cheat. I'm like, huh?
Yeah.
How is Afterburner a cheat? How?
It's in some of these, in some of our like Razer Synapse and in the Logitech,
Oh my god, yeah, those.
they count those as cheats.
They
as
counted
well.
those as cheats too. Oh my god. So yeah, you know how a lot of keybs and mice nowadays have drivers so you can customize the mapping, the RGB and shit. Riot Vanguard, early in the days of Valorant when it launched, erroneously detected those as cheats. However, I did my research though. I did some research, and apparently, yeah, there are some cheats you can run through those programs so they do not get detected. Which, on one end, I'm like, I fucking hate cheaters. On the other hand, though, I'm like, okay, that is pretty fucking clever, though. Like, okay, that is pretty clever, though. I get it now why it is falsely flagging those programs as cheats. But you do get my point here, where people like me, Red, Roa, we hate cheats in multiplayer games, but we are being flagged for using cheat programs, and we're like, no, we are not. What the fuck are you talking about?
Oh, that's not even the worst. That's not even the worst they did.
Oh,
like
do share.
There was one time that that AMD GPU users cannot even play the game.
Huh?
Yes.
How? Why?
Because their what's it called? The AI to just to reduce the frame rate, just to improve the frame rate and quality.
Oh god.
Yeah, they count it as a cheat, and AMD had to roll back the update into the patch driver because it's causing so many problems with the anti-cheats.
Oh my god.
Wow.
So they had to explain to like Riot, EA. Oh, what happened? Yeah, they had to explain Riot, EA, and about all this.
Oh my god.
All this.
That is.
Yeah, they're not cheating. It's our fault. Our GPU drivers screwed up.
That is bullshit. That's fucking bullshit,
Straight up,
dude.
honestly.
That is bullshit, dude. That is.
Yeah, and Riot. Yeah.
Oh my
Remember,
God.
even with Riot, they get your like GPU number and CPU serial numbers.
God, that's
Just so you're basically permanently banned unless you get a new PC.
That is fucked up, man. That is beyond fucked up. All right. So as we mentioned earlier, it seems that most of us are really only noticed Capcom's leaning towards mods equals cheats perspective after that little Chun-Li incident. So just to give a brief TLDR, Roa, would you like to give everyone a very brief TLDR?
Yeah, what I hear is they did praise like mods. Saying
No. I mean the
does...
Chun-Li incident itself.
Oh, the Chun-Li incident? Okay.
Yeah, I'll give a brief TLDR on that.
What happened was an online tournament was happening.
A big online tournament.
Yeah, big online tournament.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, the TL who was streaming at the time forgot to remove their mods.
Oh dear, the rookie mistake.
And the only one that was affected with that mod was Chun-Li.
Of course.
And guess what player was playing? What character was playing on stream?
Chun-Li.
A Chun-Li player.
Oh dear.
And then it showed her. Let's say
full nude.
Yes.
The full cake.
Everything, not just a cake. Everything.
Yeah,
Everything. Yeah. And to add to that, the worst part is that there were a lot of outlets, especially Dexerto, who erroneously stated that the player was using the mod. I'm like, you guys really do not know how mods work, huh? Like, oh my god.
For a
gaming news outlet or a news outlet, oh my god,
they don't know how
fucked
mods
up
work.
big time with that. And like a lot of professional players were were really criticizing them for that. Like, you guys do not realize the ramifications of what you are insinuating, are you? Like, you are accusing this player of using a nude character mod. That is bad for not only their image, but the image of the team and its sponsors.
Yes.
Like, sponsors who will not look there it is again, look too deep into this matter will immediately assume that and pull out their sponsorships, potentially. Which may end up in the team firing the player. Like, what the fuck? When they could have easily checked, like, wait, who had this mod on? Oh, it's the TO. Even if you did not know who the mod, who used the mod, you would eventually find out just by you do not even have to cyber sleuth to check. You will find out that mods are usually 99% of the time mods are server side. So let us say that I stream Street Fighter 6 and Red is streaming Street Fighter 6. Like, if I modded XYZ characters and Red modded ABC characters, on my stream, the ABC characters look normal. My XYZ characters have my cosmetic mods. Vice versa, on Red's stream, his XYZ characters are normal, but his ABC characters have his mods. That is exactly what happened here with the Chun-Li mod, where the TO had a Chun-Li mod, and the player probably had different mods, but not that one. But for some reason, the fingers were pointed at the player. I'm like, oh my god, you guys really need to do some basic-ass research.
Yeah.
Now, eventually, as Red and Roa mentioned earlier, that was the final straw that broke Capcom's back. Like, that is the part where I mentioned earlier that I am not biased enough towards mods that I cannot say that they do not harm a game at all. Like, they do not do any harm at all. No, I would be lying if I said that. They do more good than harm, but they have done harm even before the Chun-Li mod incident. Even before that. And even today, those kinds of mods have serious ramifications.
Yeah. Here's the thing, I do like mods, but if it goes against their vision, or if it's very inappropriate for them, because it looks bad on that.
Yes, it does. Like, as much as like the video that Capcom did officially release on their official YouTube channel did get a fuck ton of like dislikes, there were some points in that video I'm like, actually, they have a point. Red, refresh my memory. You have played FF14 before, right?
I have, yes.
Yes, you have. Are you aware that Yoshi P has been very vocal against mods and parsers?
I'm aware that he's definitely been against parsers, that's for sure, but not just
not
like general modding.
Okay,
like
well,
is he like against like reshading and stuff?
No, I do know that he only emphasized the word third-party program, and he and I forgot the name. He and his partner did say that we do get like, no, Discord is not a third-party program. Your calculator is not a third-party program. No, it is not. But basically, now a lot of people accuse him. It's like, you're lying. But thing is, Yoshi P said, we do not have a way to find out what is running in the background of your PC, and we do not want to know what is running in the background of your PC. Now, you can say, like, he's fucking lying. Like, there's no fucking way that FF14 doesn't know what is running in your background. But basically, even if he was or was not lying, basically his message is, we do not want to intrude into your privacy, right? Like, if you are watching a video off screen on another monitor or another tab, we do not want to know that. Like, because you're playing our game. We are happy that you are playing our game. And that is all we care about. And it also served a bit of a caution or a warning that if the community does force Yoshi P's hand, he just might go through the lengths of making that a reality. Which is why, Red, if I told you that the FF14 modding community exists, what is a major worry that you might have?
if UGP were to enforce cracking down on mods.
No, not Yoshi P is not involved at all, not directly at all.
No.
But just think about the ramifications of modding in general, and then the kind of game FF14 is. I would like to see if you can get the train of thought running. Because you have played FF14 before, so.
Yeah, I have.
So you know what kind of races there are in the game.
Yes.
Nudge, nudge.
Oh, did they want to add like crossguard, the opposite, the extra? What did you call it? The opposite genders of fixed races? Or
No, not exactly. But you are on the right track, just different path.
Okay.
Race related, yes. What is one major thing that people were very adamant about?
I think I know.
Do they have that they're race locked or? I'm dumb mode right now.
It's okay. It's okay. I just wanted to see.
Help me.
It's okay. Oh, yeah, don't worry. So you remember Lalafels, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Else I knew it.
Mm-hmm. So Lalafels are a childlike race. Childlike, okay? Childlike.
Yep.
They literally look like kids. The FF14 modding community has so much respect for Yoshi P. And they have a strict rule. Rocket, I'm pretty sure you know this rule. They have a strict rule. No NSFW Lalafell mods. For obvious reasons.
Yeah.
For obvious reasons.
100%.
Yes, that is a rule that the FF14 modding community is very like witch hunty about. If there is any NSFW mod for Lalafells that slips through the cracks, they will hunt down the mod and make sure it never sees the light of day.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you see how FF14 is really doing its best to make sure that Yoshi P is not forced to do what Capcom is doing right now. Because even though modders will eventually find ways to bypass whatever measures Yoshi P would theoretically implement, do note, just like DRM, just like anti-cheats, there is a chance that those who do not mod the game at all, vanilla, might be affected by it. Be it performance-wise, latency-wise, otherwise. It has happened before. It has happened before. Games that have DRM in general. Now, I am not endorsing piracy at all. No, fuck piracy. But here's the thing. One of the reasons why people do pirate games is because pirated games do not have DRM. And it has been proven several times. Games without DRM run way better than if they had it. So yeah, just let that sink in. And no, before anyone says like, oh, come on, people pirate the games because they cannot afford the game. I disagree. Like I agree with the notion that piracy is not a pricing problem. It is a distribution problem. Like, there are some countries that would like to get a legal copy of Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance, but for some reason, for example, in the Philippines, we cannot get it on Steam. We cannot get that game on Steam. Do not ask me why, because I do not know.
Yeah.
And some people do not have a console that has that game. PS3 has been discontinued for a while now. So if you're gonna buy a PS3 that is brand new, it is either like really hard to find or markup is insane. So unfortunately, people who cannot get the game legally will have to sail the 7 seas for that, which sucks.
Yeah.
Because it is a hassle, but it is more of a hassle to try to get it legally.
Yeah. Like before they, like with me, who's like a big fan of like Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door.
Oh my god, yes.
On eBay, $120 for a legit copy.
Holy shit.
What the frick?
Even when I bought that shit on original GameCube, when I had a GameCube, it wasn't that much. It never costed that high.
Because it was so because everyone loved the game that no one was willing to sell it, so
Yeah.
they had hiked the price.
Yep. And just to add to the fact that there are ways to make anti-piracy measures work without affecting everyone. You look at the GameCube. The reason why even when every console at the time shifted away from cartridges to discs, Nintendo GameCube used those really small discs. Because and it did work for a time. It took I think 2-3 years until after the GameCube's release, where until physical pirated copies actually existed, because they had to find a way to like program that tiny little disc to be readable and shit. So yes, it did work. But of course nowadays, like, anti-piracy measures are a little bit more invasive than previous attempts, especially because digital distribution is a lot more common nowadays. That is why we have DRM, which sucks.
Yeah, there's a reason why some of the GameCubes are slightly modded for like melee tournaments, because every controllers are different.
Oh my god,
Has
yeah.
different response times,
Mhm.
which screws up a lot of people.
Yep.
That's what they had. The mod community just had to fix it.
Yep. All right. So now that let's get to the main crux of the topic. Now that we've introduced the topic, Roa and Red, I have posted an image in the Discord chat of this channel. I will post it here so that everyone can see. Or oops, let me. First, transform center screen. Okay, let me bring Red back. Okay, so. Oh wait, why is this?
Go.
Yeah, no, it's all good. Hang on. Why is this flipped? Wait, let me transform, flip, horizontal. There we go. Wait. Transform, fit the screen. There we go. All right, so as you guys can see, this is Capcom's little thing that they did release in a video. I will link it in a bit for those who want to watch the full video. Believe me, if you have an add-on on your browser that shows the like to dislike ratio, you will not be surprised. Anyway, so it does state in the image the state of cheats and piracy in PC games. So they made like an FAQ section, and the question was, should you target mods in your anti-cheat, anti-piracy programs? And according to Capcom, oh boy, pains me to read this, all mods are defined as cheats except when they are officially supported. What they are doing internally is no different than cheating, and mods, no different than cheats, affect the product. Like, there is a lot to unpack with just those 3 lines, but the funniest thing for me is the first line. Because it says here, all mods are defined as cheats except when they are officially supported. Now, contrary to what people might think, they have only done that once. They have only officially supported mods once. Would you guys like to guess when they did that? Not many people will know this, but I would like to check if any of you know when.
I have no idea.
No idea.
Specifically Capcom?
Specifically Capcom, yeah. They have only... You do not even have to guess the mod itself. You can try to guess which title they supported a mod
Street
officially.
Fighter?
Nope, not Street Fighter.
It would make sense Street Fighter, but...
Nope,
okay.
not UMVC 3.
Dragon's Dogma?
Nope.
Capcom.
Yeah, come on. Not that... Not a fighting game, no. But definitely one of the most influential games of Capcom ever.
Ace Attorney,
Devil-
just kidding.
Devil May Cry?
Nope, not Devil. No, not DMC or Ace Attorney. Okay, one guess left for each of you.
Ah, frick.
No, Cyan, not MH World.
Game that they've done. Only one mod?
Yep, one mod. One mod is the only. They have only officially supported one mod. One.
I really want to say if it's Resident Evil.
It is Resident Evil. Yes, I will give you that clue.
Okay.
RE2 remake.
Nope. All right, that's your guess. How about you, Red?
I have no clue. RE3 remake.
Oh no, RE4 OG.
Oh.
Yes. Now some of you might see it differently now because I have the game already, but a couple of years ago, when RE4 was having that Skyrim treatment of being ported on just about every fucking console.
Yes.
Yeah, RE4 was released on PC as a remaster. And there was a project run by headed by one person from Spain called the RE4 HD project. And it is purely crowdfunded. Just crowdfunded. And it was heavily supported by the RE community because, of course, RE4 is one of the most influential games of all time. Without RE4, just to give you guys an idea, without RE4, no Uncharted, no Gears of War, no Last of Us, no Fortnite. Basically, any over-the-shoulder shooter game now exists because of the success of RE4. That is how influential the game is. Hell, Metal Gear Solid 5 would not have existed without that game. 4 was before 5. Yeah, Metal Gear Solid 4 was after RE4. So yep. A lot of games really adapted that over-the-shoulder shooter because of the OG RE4. Now, anyway, when it was ported to PC as an HD edition, it was praised and panned for the fact that it was not really HD. Because the textures were very... some textures were HD, but there were more textures that were still not HD. Now, what this HD project did do was exactly what Capcom should have done, and really drastically upscale a lot of the textures of Resident Evil 4. Now I will link the page of RE4 HD project, and you can probably check. I'm pretty sure there are images there and whatnot that you can check just to see how drastically improved the game is after. And this mod requires you to have an original copy of the game. Now the thing is, a lot of modding communities do not make mods that work on pirated versions of games for the sole purpose that, one, they do not want to spit on developers. Number two, a pirated copy is drastically different from a non-pirated copy, contrary to what people might think. That is why mods that work for, let's say Skyrim will not work on a pirated copy of Skyrim, because there are separate mod pages for Skyrim Special Edition and just Skyrim. Yeah. And those are two legal copies of games you can get nowadays, and they are drastically different. That some mods work for one, some mods do not work for the other. Now, Capcom really did what Nintendo does not do, and actually allowed the RE4 HD project to be openly advertised on their Steam page of RE4 at a time, for a certain period of time. So that helped the project get a lot of eyes and attention, and more people donated to the project. And when it finally released, I believe 2 years ago, I was blown away by this is what you call an HD release of a game. a lot of the textures of not just like the characters in the background, but the menu, the UI, the weapons, the bullets, everything was upscaled really to today's standards of what an HD game is supposed to be like, which is really, really fucking cool. Now that was Capcom before. And do note, that is generally a standard that modding communities have. You cannot use their mods unless you are playing on a game that is like an official copy. And there are some games that do not have official mod support, like for example Death Stranding. That is why there are not many mods for Death Stranding. But there are games like Bethesda games that do have official mod support. And in the middle, you have games like Cyberpunk, Metal Gear Solid 5, before Cyberpunk had official mod support, that people were able to just crack the code and install mods in them, even if they did not have official mod support. So it really makes me kick, really, at this statement by Capcom, where all mods are defined as cheats except when they are officially supported. They are officially supported? Bitch, you've only supported one mod once, and that is the RE4HD project.
Also, Also, the slide before, they also praise mods for like help with quality of life as well.
Yeah.
And then goes into that.
And then what they're doing internally is no different than cheating. However, so that statement, a lot of people are, fuck that statement. Like, here's the thing. Partially correct, though. Partially correct. So I would like to ask Roa and Red, what is your definition, right? What is your definition of a mod? We'll start with Roa.
A mod, I would see it as replacing like models or UIs that benefit or visually spice up the game.
Okay.
The game you were playing.
All right. How about you? Yeah.
Yeah, that helps like replayability and enjoyment of the game.
Okay.
Of the game.
All right. How about you, Red? How would you define a mod?
Well, I feel a mod is essentially just an add-on. Honestly, it's nothing more than just building on top of what the base game is.
Okay.
Like putting out there. You're building on top of what's already established and just making changes at your discretion.
At your discretion. Okay. Good.
Yeah. Of what you want to change and make adjustments to.
Okay.
That's how I see mods.
Fair. My definition of a mod is basically a third-party program or file that alters the game or its files. Now, I just stick it with that because to the benefit or detriment is really subjective and up to the player, right? I mean, that is literally the most, in my opinion, it is the most unbiased and unfiltered definition of what a mod is, because that is what a mod does. I mean, all of my cosmetic mods in RE4 Remake does exactly that. It does alter literally a fuck ton of files in the game and does alter the game in a way. But of course, I have control over that because I do not drastically change the game that much. It is still recognizably RE4 and not, say, Call of Duty. Yeah, but if there was a mod for it and it existed, people can do that. Now, a cheat kind of fits that description because a cheat is a third-party program or file that does alter the game and or its files, because that is what cheat programs usually do. The most blatant ones, you guys know this, like for in FPS games, you do have, you know, trigger bot, aimbot, wall hacks. That does alter the game. So partially, their statement here is true, but the wording is very... It's too, like, the brevity works against it. What they are doing internally is no different than cheating. Yes and no. Like, what they're doing internally is similar to cheating is what I would say instead of no different, because just because two things are similar does not mean they are not different. That is as much as saying like, I am no different from Red because we are both VTubers. Yes and no. We are both VTubers, but there are a lot of differences between us and similarities. Like, yes, we are both VTubers, but there are differences. Like, I am 2D, Red is 3D Vroid. I am a Fox VTuber. He's not a Fox VTuber. See, there are similarities and differences, but the way Capcom words it here is that they are no different. Like, nah. There are clear-cut differences between cheats and mods, though. There are differences between cheats and mods, though, because by design, cheats are really meant to do something different from mods. Because, again, general view on mods is drastically different from general view on cheats. Whereas cheats are generally viewed in a negative light because, again, when you hear cheats, Pete, what is the first word that comes to mind when you hear the word cheat? I would like to ask everyone in chat, and of course, Red and Roa. We'll start with Red. Well, if someone tells you cheat, is he aimbot? How about you, Roa?
Word.exe.
Word.exe. Fair. And like,
or now the new modern term, Netflix.exe.
Netflix.exe, yeah.
Netflix.exe.
Stupid.
Oh my goodness.
Stupid ass, yeah. And me personally, if someone tells me cheats, I'm like, what, wall hacks? Aimbot, triggerbot? Yeah, see, the big three of cheats. Whenever nowadays, whenever you hear the word cheats, people will bring up one of those three terms usually. But whenever you hear mods, usually you will hear what? Thomas the Tank Engine, nude mods, gameplay mods, quality of life mods. There are some negative, like, well, it is a bit subjective, but nude mods. But there are also like positives, like, yeah, quality of life mods, cosmetic mods, gameplay mods, those kinds of mods. You will rarely hear any positive feedback when someone mentions cheat nowadays. But see, I am not that biased enough to say that there are not any positives when you say cheats. I mean, I just mentioned one example earlier. Fucking Grand Theft Auto. When you are talking about cheats in a Grand Theft Auto context, it is usually positive because, yeah, I remember just spawning a fucking tank and then going around San Andreas and reducing like unemployment rate by 0 because no one is there anymore to be unemployed.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. But you see, that is why wording and context is very different. And in this case, this is why this kind of wording that Capcom provided is the reason why generally the like to dislike ratio of that video is very, very predictable. They literally see mods no different than cheating. Like, that is very out of touch and very, I would say, very anti-consumer, to be honest. Because it has been historically proven that mods have done more good than harm. And of course, the most popular example is just about any Bethesda game. The reason why it is still played today, despite the games having a reputation for being buggy as shit, is because the mods are there to fix it and to prolong its longevity and that kind of thing. And that can be done for any game as long as the player or community wants to. I mean, like, yeah, me personally, everyone knows about how long I have spent in RE4. But there are people who just want to 100% the game and then that's it. Some people just want to clear down the hardest difficulty and then they're done. Or, you know, they just want to clear the game once and then that's it. That is totally fine. But if I wanted to play the game more, with a little bit of change to the game, right? At least I'm given the option to. Having that option is always nice. And that's why mods really can benefit a game more than it can do harm. But of course, as we have mentioned several times, there have been places and times where it has actually done harm. And of course, the Chun-Li incident is probably the easiest one that people will pick up as an example recently.
Yeah. Is there any other like notable instances where modding has done harm?
Well, yes. I mean, you look at Final Fantasy XIV, where this is where the line between mod and cheat is kind of blurred. because it does use a mod to cheat. That is a problem. Now, you see, the thing is, the parser for FF14, which is called ACT, people mainly use that just to check, and I understand Yoshi P's stance on this. People use that tool to check how much damage you are dealing, just to see if you are doing shit right or wrong. So, for example, if we had a raiding party and I noticed that Ro was doing optimal damage, Red is also doing optimal damage, but I am not doing optimal damage. Like Roa, Red, the rest will point out like, Yoko, we noticed your damage output's a bit low. Something wrong? And then I mentioned like, yeah, it is very difficult for me to get my positionals in. That is when, and like I can say like, and this is like my first time doing this fight, so I'm playing a bit safely. And they're like, okay, but we need more damage, so play a bit riskier, and we will try to prevent you from dying and stuff. See, like that is generally what parsers should be used for. However, as you guys can expect with the internet, people have used parsers to harass each other and literally prevent people from joining parties. Because let's say like me, Roa, and Red are the only ones available to raid this week, and the rest are like on work, staycation, vacation, too busy, sick, etc. So we try to join other raiding parties this week from, you know, pugs, pickup groups. And they will check our DPS charts. So they see that Roa is like, oh, okay, Roa is on 90% percentile. Okay, yeah, get him. They see Red. They're like, oh, Red is 85%, but we need that class. Okay, we'll get him in. Then they see mine and they see like 75%. Oh, fuck you. You are not getting in this raid group. I'm like, dude, come on. I have cleared this fight with my raiding group. Like, yeah, sure, my DPS is not the best, but we have cleared it, and we even have done that like 2-3 minutes before Enrage begins. But they don't know that, and they do not care, because all they see is that, and then they just prevent me from joining the raid group. When Yoshi P encourages, like, no, that is what raid groups are supposed to be for, like helping each other clear. You will not always end up with the best raid members in the group, but the point is to help each other and shit. And of course, that is like the nicest example of a toxicity that is parse related. I mean, there have been several reports, not just recently, in the past, of people parsing in dungeons, not endgame raids. Dungeons! Just casual dungeons! The one place, one of the many places where people do not give a shit about your parse. Because dungeons are chill. And people have been like, Black Mage, why the fuck is your DPS low? I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? In a dungeon? Really?
It's just a dungeon.
It's just a dungeon. Calm down. There is no enrage mechanic here. The armor weapon drops that you get here are not the best. There's literally no consequence here to performing poorly, only like wasting time. And besides, this is the best environment to help people learn their class. Like, if you see a Black Mage doing not AoE when they should know that AoE is the best thing that they do in a dungeon, tell them that. Maybe they really do not know. Maybe they are not scumbags who are actually wanting to waste your time.
They just probably don't know the rotation. That's it. Yeah.
The thing is, one popular thing in Final Fantasy XIV is like whenever a new raid comes out, there's what you call, well, not just in FF14, any MMO. Everyone calls it World First Race, where the raid groups, usually teams, yes, teams plural. There are professional teams that do have raid groups dedicated for clearing the most difficult boss fights the fastest way they can. And I have seen and heard of the kinds of preparation that these groups go through. Like, I have heard of some raid groups literally not sleeping for 48 hours because they want to clear it ASAP.
Wow.
Well, I've heard of those groups, and I had a bone to pick with them. Like when I did Blade and Soul.
Oh God, Lord.
Yeah, there was a good group, and then they says, we're gonna finish this first, but Korea already had. But there's already Koreans already done this already. So what's even the point?
Yeah.
You already know this. You know the setup. You're gonna be the first NA team. No one cares.
Yeah, and
They just want to be cocky and
yeah.
we're gonna do the first world first.
Yeah. Now, basically, like, it is a lot of bragging rights and whatnot, and the world first race for FF14, World of Warcraft, those kind of games can be very competitive. But you see, I have tried some of these fights. They are not easy. They are not easy. Like, as some people have described FF14 fights, it is like a dance. Imagine if the dance had algebra and guns involved, where if you make one small misstep, not only do you die, the rest of the party dies.
Yeah. And you're trying to learn a new mechanic.
And it's like you are learning this fight from scratch. And here's the thing. Yoshipi has this rule. They will never make a fight that they themselves cannot clear. And they do not use mods. Mind you, Yoshipi and team do not use parsers. They do not use visual or audio add-ons to help. No, they run the game vanilla. And they are sure, like, yeah, if we can clear it in vanilla, you can sure as shit clear this in vanilla. However, because of how some of these competitions have a prize pool, you can see where I'm going with this. There was a raid group. Some of them did not use cheats, but one or two of them did use blatant cheats. Now, how did they use cheats? Through the parser. They installed an add-on on the parser that literally zooms the camera out so much where it makes a mechanic almost trivial. And then it even shows visual feedback for attacks that should not have a visual feedback. Like, for example, let's say there is a mechanic where if Roa has a red circle on him, he needs a partner. If Roa has a yellow circle, he has to move away. Now, because of the arena is small, we do not want Roa to move too far where we cannot heal him, but we also do not want him to be close where he will hurt everyone around him. So, the red circle partner, like, yeah, it's just basically splits damage between him and his partner. Like, okay, very simple. But the yellow one, it is very hard to tell how far the AoE will hit because in this difficulty, not all attacks have a visual warning of how far they will hit. This add-on, however, does exactly that. It shows something that the game is not supposed to show. So that means that this player was like, yeah, I know how far I need to be. Everyone, like, yeah. And the worst part is that because the internet is such a wonderful place, every member of that team, when they were outed as cheaters, all of them were treated as if they were cheaters. But not all of them were. But all of them were equally harassed. And I was like, good God, you guys suck. And the thing is, Yoshi P is a very critical thinking person. Like, yeah, cheaters bad, but come on. We are going, like, if you are going to punish a player for cheating, you should let the game developers or people in charge of the game mete out justice or consequences the way they see fit, right? Because it is their rules. It is up to them to decide what is fair enough of a consequence. I mean, like, just a hypothetical. If Red was caught doing an exploit in Genshin Impact that was actually a developer oversight, well, maybe his account will not get banned. Maybe it will just, like, okay, we will roll back your progress to like 30 minutes before you did this exploit. And Red will probably be like, you know what? That's fair. That's totally fair. I deserve that. But, of course, people will ban his account. Bro, you may as well ban everyone's account that did any of those infinite money glitches that was clearly a developer oversight and not like an actual cheat.
Why don't you tell that to Bethesda about Fallout 76?
Oh my god. Yeah. No, the funny thing about that, they banned even people who did not cheat at all. They literally put a ban hammer on a sprinkler and they let that sprinkler go wild. Whoever it hit, yeah, they are a cheater. It sucks. Fucking sucked. But yeah, that is just one other instance, outside of like the Chun-Li mod, where it was very prominent in it had a lot of coverage. Yeah, there was a lot of coverage about that incident where a world first race, one of the first teams that cleared it, like one of them was caught cheating and shit. And when that went public, oh boy, it started the whole argument of should FF14 even allow third-party stuff and mods and stuff. And I am glad Yoshipi went into great lengths to explain how far he is willing to go and how far he is willing to compromise for the community. Unfortunately, Capcom did not learn from Yoshipi. Like, Yoshipi did not blatantly support mods because, of course, like Squeenix is like, hey, we hate mods here, okay? No, I'm not saying they don't, okay? I'm not saying they do not, but I'm just assuming they hate mods. Squid is like, hey, Yoshipi, we hate mods. Don't forget to say that, okay? Yoshipi was willing to like make a middle ground. Like, he kinda implied, right? Or insinuated, like, we do not want to know what you're running in the background. We will not know what you are running in the background, so please do not do that. Basically, we will not stop you, but please don't. And he said that if you do get banned and suspended, whatever, that is on you. That is in our TOS, our terms of service. And you know what? That is fair. That is completely fair. He did give you a warning.
Yeah, 100%.
Yes. Capcom, on the other hand, and this is where I will get deeper and deeper into the recent topic. Recently, Capcom, allegedly, all right, allegedly, because when the news first came out, a lot of people pressed the panic button and assumed a lot of stuff. Capcom allegedly installed another kind of DRM for their past games that did not have DRM, like literally after they were removed by Capcom themselves. And there were people that claimed like, oh yeah, we cannot use mods anymore, etc, etc. And of course people understand, oh shit, Capcom is clamping down on mods. Like they did this to RE Revelations. What next? RE2 make, 3 make, 4 make, 5, 6, 7 Village? Like, yeah, understandable, people were very panicked and stuff. However, I did check the modding Discord I was part of, and most of the modders there were just laughing because they were like, even if they did, give us a day, we got this. Basically, was the general atmosphere in the Discord that I saw. And when the actual like top modders took a look at it, they were like, no, this is just your standard DRM. Like, someone even demonstrated, like, no, I can run the game with mods and stuff. Pretty much,
yep.
Yeah.
Challenge accepted.
Yep.
Yet, but there's continuation with that.
Yeah.
They bricked Monster Hunter Rise for the Steam Deck.
Oh yeah, they did.
Of that DRM.
They did.
Oh no.
They did brick it. Yes, they did. And then they had to patch in a hot fix. Yeah. And I recall RE2 make, 3 make, at one point they had a ray tracing update. Yes, for those who are aware of this, the infamous ray tracing update. I say infamous because I do not know how they managed to do it. Like, if they added like 2K, 4K resolution to, say, an old game, usually you're like, yeah, this will not affect my mods, right? Because it's just a texture graphics thing. That's like if this game added DLSS, like, okay, my mods will still work, right? Wrong. The fact that they added ray tracing in RE2 make and 3 make, a lot of mods did not work anymore. Mods that did not even touch the gameplay or whatever, and mods that did touch the gameplay as well. Some of them did not work. But basically, if I were to just to put an arbitrary number, I think about 80% of mods for 2make and 3make did not work after the ray tracing update. So, Capcom got a lot of complaints, obviously, and they literally had to patch in a hotfix. And what is their hotfix? When you install the game, you have the choice to install the no ray tracing version of the game. And I'm just like, so that means you guys literally could have left this game alone and not get a lot of these complaints.
Yeah.
Yikes. However, just to add to this, like, there are instances, however, when modders, well, people who consume or use mods can be a bit unreasonable too. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, well, Red does not use a lot of mods, but whenever you have never used mods, right, Red?
The only time I've actually used mods is literally just for League. That's about it.
Okay, but have you ever crashed a game after you modded it?
No, I haven't crashed
Okay,
Lethal at
good.
once. It's only just not worked, like when joining like lobbies and stuff.
Fair.
No crashes.
Roa, have you modded Bethesda games before?
I have not, but I've seen friends that does it, and I had cousins who had like Skyrim
Of course.
mods.
And that is a bit of a meme achievement. Modding a Bethesda game to the point with so many mods that it actually crashes. Now here's the thing. Any sane and critically thinking person will know that, oh, the game crashed. But this is totally my fault because I installed mods. Mods that, you know, can affect the game and maybe the game just did not game. So it crashed. So maybe I need to install the mods in a certain way, in a certain order or whatnot, perhaps. Now, for any of you who have watched me stream any of my games that have mods, I have crashed a couple of times, but never have I once blamed Capcom like, fuck this game. Like, no, I know for a fact. Like, no, it is most likely one of my mods that just made the game crash. And the thing is, it is very rare when it happens. So I completely assume like, yeah, it's probably a mod. Shit happens. However, apparently, from the video I linked earlier, from the video that Capcom posted, apparently there are some people who have been complaining, sending complaints to Capcom, allegedly, okay? But I can see it actually happening. Hey, your game don't work. I installed mod, fix game. Of course, that is a completely paraphrased thing, but basically that is the message. Like, that sounds, to be honest, like, I can sympathize with the person, but at the same time, I'm like, dude, do you know how silly you sound right now? Do you know how silly you sound right now? Like, hey, Capcom, I turned my great sword. I swapped the great sword animations with long sword animations. Now my game doesn't work. Fix your game. Do you know how silly you sound right now? It's like, I introduced a potential problem. You fix it. Yeah. First off, it is not the developer's job. And I have seen this kind of argument today, even with games like Cyberpunk. And I just literally want to tell people, guys, it is not the developer's job to make their game mod friendly. It is not. Literally, it is not. Because any mod, although a game may have official mod support like Cyberpunk, Bethesda games, etc., unless it is a mod made by the developers themselves, it is not the developer's job to make sure it works well with the game. No, it is the modder's job. That is why in Street Fighter 6, there are some cosmetic mods that have to be updated, but they have not been updated. Are you really going to tell Capcom, hey, my cosmetic mod for Ken does not work anymore? What the fuck? No. Tell that to the modder. Tell that to the modder, because the modder made that mod. It is the modder's job to make sure that their mod works for the game. The only thing that a developer can do for the modding community is literally, are our games mod friendly or have official mod support or no? That is literally the only reasonable expectation you can expect from a developer.
Yeah,
I mean, you look at a game like, say, Palworld. There are already a lot of controversies about that game, but let's just focus on the mod. Let's focus on the mod aspect of that game. You guys saw that article where somebody literally put Pokemon assets into Palworld and they got Nintendo'd, allegedly, right? Allegedly.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
because of the Unreal Engine. It's very mod.
It is
friendly.
very moddable, and in fact, like I forget which, but I remember a post where the Palworld developers were actually looking forward to the kind of mods that people will come up with. See, that is literally the only thing they are obliged to do. Like, do you guys support mods or no? That's it. Now, the fact that they said we look forward to what mods you guys will do, it is not their job to make sure that every single mod works flawlessly or seamlessly with the game.
Yeah.
No, that is the
Yeah.
modder's job. Like, I would like to compare the situation with SF6 and RE4OG. Like, you look at RE4HD project. That is officially supported by Capcom, and to my knowledge, it is the only mod to date that is officially supported by Capcom. The fact that they do already implies that that game will work flawlessly, seamlessly with RE4 HD on PC. However, if there are any crashes or whatnot, even the mod page says itself, if you encounter any errors or issues, please address it to us. They do not say do not address it to Capcom, but they do say address it to us, which means the problem is with us, not with Capcom. So, just to poke fun, if your nude mod for X character is bugged out in Street Fighter 6, do not blame Capcom for it. It is not Capcom's job to make sure that your mods work or don't work. It is the modder's job. However, I cannot turn a blind eye to the fact that recently their games have been getting a bit less mod friendly. Now, to explain what I mean by mod friendly, like I said, there are games out there. If you update the games, you do not need to update the mods. Say Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk has a lot of cosmetic mods you do not need to update. There are some mods that a lot of mods depend on that need to be updated. Does not exactly mean it is not mod friendly, however. But what Capcom is doing really is actively, not like because, say, if you update a game, it doesn't care means it's not mod friendly. No, like, it has increasingly become very difficult to implement mods seamlessly in Street Fighter 6. Hilariously, just Street Fighter 6. Like, if you were to play Monster Hunter World or Rise right now, nah, your mods will work just fine. Most of them, anyway. Have any of you encountered that, by the way? Roa, Red? Well, Red probably not, but still I do want his thoughts. If he does have any experiences he can share. Like, have you ever encountered that where you have a kind of mod in a game and a tiny update just Thanos snaps it out of existence, like it doesn't work anymore?
Not for me. I don't think I've had like such an instance because again, not
Yeah,
much of a modder.
Yeah, not much of a
myself,
modder.
so,
Fair. All good.
Yeah.
How about you, Roa?
That's usually with Hunter Pie with Rise because they constantly have to update it because of the new monsters and the bug fixes. Because apparently Capcom changes the coding with every patch.
Yeah, they do.
But with me, because I make some color mods for for instance Guilty Gear Strive. Because of Unreal Engine, it's very mod friendly.
Yeah, it is.
That's basically I don't have to, because with if you don't know with Unreal, the company has to stay with the same version.
Yeah.
With like RE, they're under, what was it, Unreal, the Unreal 5 version of, or was it? I don't know what they're under 4.25.
Mm-hmm.
Version 4.25 in Unreal 5.
Mm.
So they had to keep it that way. But
Yeah.
if they go to Unreal 0.6, they had to rewrite everything.
Yeah. Like, sure, it is the
Which
same
is-
language, but there will be a big amount of tweaking and whatnot to make sure the game runs flawlessly.
Yeah, but because of Unreal, because they're forced to stay that way, I can do color mods that way. I can do color mods that way, so I don't have to really update it.
Yeah.
The only problem I'm going to have is basically exporting, play it to game, play it if it's working correctly. That's about it.
So what are your thoughts on the quote that you two can see it on the thread on the Discord chat? That last one. Mods no different than cheats affect the product. What are your thoughts on that quote by Capcom?
Mods are no different with cheats. I think they're classifying it as that they don't want mods that ruin their reputation
Mm-hmm.
of this game, and that they don't want to support. But like with the recent DRMs, that's mostly for anti-piracy.
Yeah, mostly anti-piracy.
Than anti-mod.
And anti-tamper, yeah.
But but for the benefit of the doubt, I do believe Capcom does not want anything that ruins the reputation of their games.
Yeah.
Towards them, because they think that Chun-Li being nude on stream means it's part of the game.
Oh,
Which
yeah.
isn't.
That is, yeah, people can get that assumption. And again, like
think-
nowadays... Oh, yeah, you read?
Yeah, I think also what on top of it is that because it was also an official tournament.
Yeah,
was
that
it?
too. With sponsors
so that
and everything.
really nails in why they're really,
That was the worst time. That was the worst time and circumstance to actually commit a mistake like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because that further nails in the coffin of why they're being so panicky about this
Yeah,
in the first place too.
Well, they're
Because
getting
it
more
was done on an
ham-fisted
official
with it.
platform too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to add to that also, like again, Capcom recently also, if you noticed, the microtransactions in SF6 has been very crap-cummy of them. And the thing is, one of the most popular mod categories for Street Fighter 6 is costume swapping. And to be fair, some of them are very like they are not Robin Hoodie. What Robin Hood? Yeah. They're not very Robin Hoodie. They are just usually just for fun, like swapping say Chun-Li's outfit with Juri's outfit, vice versa, Ken's with Luke's, etc. Like, you know, just for fun. However, remember that a few months ago they did add outfit 3 for every character except the DLC characters. And I do get how scummy the pricing and how you buy it can be. And Red, because you play gacha games, you know what I mean by this. The cheapest currency the cheapest amount of currency you can buy is not enough to buy one outfit. The next tier is enough to buy 3 with leftover currency. So I'm like, wait, I only want to buy 2 outfits. I don't want to buy 3. And even if I buy 2 of like the cheapest currency, I am short for 2. I only have enough for 1. If I buy 3, I have exactly enough for 3, not 2. So I am forced to buy enough currency for 3 outfits, for 2 outfits and 1 outfit that I probably do not want. But again, that is where they kind of, you know, toy around with your psychology, where your mentality where I have enough currency for 1 outfit. I do not want it just sitting there, right? You kind of get that urge, like, I want to spend it because it's right there.
Mm-hmm. It's very cleverly calculated.
It is cleverly
when it comes to this
calculated, but I would word that with, like, that is very sly of them.
Yeah, it is. It is 100% sly.
It is sly of them to do it that way. Instead of buying it individually, which somehow you can do in Monster Hunter, you can buy every cosmetic in that game individually with real money instead of the in-game money. But for Street Fighter 6, it is a different story. You want outfit 3 for Ryu and Marissa? Good luck, because you need to buy currency for 3 outfits. Well, Inari, what the fuck am I gonna do with my currency I can buy for a 3rd outfit? Wait for one that you will use in the future, or guess what? Spend one on one you did not want to in the first place.
Also, $50 turtle costumes.
Oh, yeah. 60! It was 20 USD for each turtle, wasn't it?
It's 60 to get all 4.
Oh yeah, 60, 15, right. 15 USD for each turtle. You could get all 4 turtles. It's not sponsored by Fortnite. You could get all 4 turtles in Fortnite for cheaper than that. Sort of God.
And guess how much was outfit 3? The outfit 3s were
Total? Isn't
Yes.
it like $100-something?
slightly over $100.
Yeah, slightly over 100.
Yeesh.
Yeah, if you wanted to get outfit 3 for every character, yeah, shell out more than a special or collector's edition of a game. Even saying that makes me hurt inside.
Alright, gotta love microtransactions.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's not even the pricing that I am pissed about. It's how it is, how the price affects your purchase. So again, buying, like, they could have priced each outfit at $10 or $5. I just know for the fact that, oh, I need to spend $20 for 2 outfits. Okay, I will get $20 for 2 outfits. But if the game instead, oh, you need $20 worth for 2 outfits, guess what? We sell packages in $5 or $30. I'm like, seriously? Seriously? I have to buy either $5 or $30 worth? I cannot get the 20 I need? No. That is where I draw the line of, like, yeah, that is bullshit. That is straight up bullshit. It is not the price tag itself. It's the fact that I cannot choose how I buy my shit.
Yeah. Just so you guys know, we're not shields for. We praise Capcom for their achievements, but
Oh
we can
yes, we
call them
do.
out on
But
their
I will
bullshit.
call them out whenever it needs be. And the thing is, like, the difference, however, why I am not as vocal as in, say, gacha games. Gacha games are free! That's the thing!
Yes.
Gacha games are free to play. Like, sure, there are obvious reasons. Like, hey, do you know that this character is top tier? Yeah. You need to pay for the shit to roll them. Or grind them. To roll for them. Yeah, but if you do not want to, if you want to play this game for free, go ahead. Like, you can do it. There have been, like, YouTube content creators who dedicate themselves to just playing gacha games exclusively for free, just to compare, like, the free-to-play experience with the pay-to-play, with the buy-to-win or pay-to-win experience. And generally, the difference is not that marginally high. But again, my main contention here is that those games are free, though. That is why the price tag is not what concerns me. The fact that Street Fighter 6, a fully priced 60 to 70 USD, depending on your region of where you buy it from, is charging this much for costumes, but the way you buy them is tailor fitted in a way where you are forced to spend more than you want.
It is pretty scummy.
That is just plain scummy. So, if there are mods that allow you to costume swap, you can already see where I am going with this. And yes, I have checked Street Fighter 6 Nexus mods once in a while. I have seen mods that swap literally outfit 3, the ones you pay for, with outfit 1, the ones that your characters have by default. And I'm like, guys, this is literally stealing. Like, no. that this is literally stealing. It does not matter if, well, yeah, Capcom's pricing and their methods are very scummy. Yeah, so it's stealing. Stealing. This is not good.
This is a risk of getting your ass sued and getting the site shut down as well.
Yeah. And I mean, some of you might not have known this, but Resident Evil 4 Remake modding like a few months ago did get targeted by Capcom for a while. There were some mods that have to be taken out. A lot.
Yeah.
And the ones who made it actually posted like, yeah, I got a copyright complaint by Capcom, so I had to take it down.
Yeah.
Like literally. Literally.
Yeah.
And most of them, surprise, surprise, guess what, Red? What kind of mods were they?
Loot mods.
NSFW mods, yes. NSFW mods, yes. Those were the ones that were primarily taken out. Now, for those who are curious as to why, do note that it is a common trend nowadays in games where characters are actually scanned, like face and body scanned from real people. So those characters that you play as in some of your games are actually like most likely based on a real person. So, not to say that it is the same thing, but you know how those deepfakes work? And how some people have used deepfakes to make NSFW content of certain people without their consent? Yeah, that I am not insinuating or saying the same thing, but the intent and consequence is very similar. Now, just to give a little perspective, the body model of like Ashley as a character in RE4 has 3 different people involved. The voice actress, facial model, and body model are 3 different people. Now, the body model of Ashley, who has streamed RE4 several times, did say, hey, if you are looking at Ashley's ass, do note you're looking at my ass. And then she winked. I'm like, okay, so she sees the humor in that. However, I am not sure if she approves of any of the NSFW mods that are blatantly right there on the Nexus pages. And yeah, go look for yourselves and you will see what I am talking about. Just type Ashley in the search bar. Yikes. I will just say a lot of them are yikes.
Yeah.
Now, maybe years back when this trend was not very common, maybe people would look the other way. Like, yeah, I mean, these are not real people. These are video game characters. However, nowadays, it is not exactly that simple anymore. A lot of games recently, especially AAA games, have gone the route of to save money on potentially, right? I'm not saying they're doing it to save money, but it does save a lot of money when you do not have to make a unique model of a character, or you have to make a model from scratch for a video game character, when you just need a visual scan of a person IRL and then just model them from that into the game. It saves a lot of time, money, and resources just by doing that. However, like I said, the consequence is that, first off, all of that is done with the consent of the person in question. The face model of Ashley, the body model of Ashley, both for sure consented in their contract, like, hey, you will be used for this kind of scene, that kind of scene, this kind of outfit, that kind of outfit. And whatever Capcom showed them, those are as far as they are willing to consent for. So, when people are making nude mods for Ashley, Ada, Leon, Krauser, I can go on. I'm just like, the first thing that comes to mind for me, I'm like, Jesus Christ, I hope they do not see this. Because I do not know if they consent to this, and most likely they do not. Now, that is where Capcom is very, very... I am pretty sure that is one of their primary concerns. Like, they do not want to get potentially sued by these actors and actresses. Because, look, I am no lawyer. I do not know how much of a case they will have if if these actors models did sue Capcom for these nude mods. I do not know how accountable Capcom can be held, or if they can be, if it is even possible.
There's a record for that.
Oh.
There's a if you guys don't know, there was a lawsuit with one of the actors who played the protagonists in Beyond Two Souls.
Beyond Two Souls. Oh, yeah, Ellen Page, right?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
What
Apparently, during her in the room scene in the bathroom where she takes a shower, there's a if you hack the PS3.
Yep. Yeah, I remember that one.
It shows all nudity of her.
Oh, sorry. Thank you for wait. Jane, thank you for correcting me. That it's not
Elliot.
It's Elliot Page. Thank you. I completely forgot. My bad.
Yeah. They left like the nipples and.
Oh my God! Right? Yeah, they did do that.
She sued.
He now, right? Is it?
I don't know.
Wait, let us get that right. I want to make sure. Yeah, he. According to Wikipedia, he. Yeah, get that right.
He sued. He sued Sony because, that was under their contract that they allowed to put their nudity.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
On there.
Then he definitely has a case to be had with that. Oh dear.
Yeah.
Did they settle? How did that case go?
They settled out of court.
They what?
Settled out of court.
Oh.
It settled out of court.
Oh dear.
So there is legal standing.
So in that case of Elliot Page, then it is in their contract, and that was clearly a breach of contract, which is a very serious offense when it comes to legal documents. Now, we are not privy, of course, to whatever legal contracts the models for Ashley have on their character, but of course, if these mods break that, what happened to Elliot Page during Beyond Two Souls, that can potentially be what Capcom is avoiding. So again, like, as much as, which I really hate nowadays, as much as the internet nowadays has embraced it, yeah, stick middle finger to the big money hungry corpos, I'm like, you do know that some of these are actually harming the developers and not the publishers. Like, you do realize that this does more harm to not the corporation themselves, but just the people who worked on this game. He was also a minor during that. Oh dear, that is yikes. That is a big yikes. Oh dear.
Yeesh.
Oh, big oof.
Yeah, so there is legal standing that they can sue them.
So yeah, I
so
guess
you're
that is.
risk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you're risking one of your favorite games, and then the site they're hosting for something the actors do not approve of, or wasn't contracted to do.
Yeah. Now, also to add to this, not to say that it is exclusively a Japanese thing, but generally, I have noticed that Western teams are very mum about this whole thing. I mean, Baldur's Gate 3 alone, and obviously there is nudity in that game, but there are some mods that really crank that nudity to the max, and those are not, like, taken down or anything. And to my knowledge, I have not heard or seen any actor or model involved voice their opinions against that. Not to say that, again, I honestly do not think it is a culture kind of thing. But I guess Capcom in particular just really wants to avoid just an example of what happened between Elliot Page and Sony at the time. Because, yeah, it is a possibility. If these models decided to take legal action against Capcom. They know their contract better than we do, so maybe they have a case. Maybe Capcom knows that if they do, shit, we are in trouble. Maybe. But basically, very simple human courtesy and understanding should dictate, like, hey, maybe this mod is not a good idea.
Yep.
Maybe this mod is not a good idea. Or really, like, I still do not condone it because I personally do not like these kind of mods. But whoever had this Chun-Li mod in the first place, dude, you done fucked up by forgetting to turn it off.
Yeah.
They
That was the
really
catalyst.
fucked up big time with that. Now, unfortunately, this person, whoever, I'm pretty sure everyone knows who this person is. They are being they are being erroneously blamed for everything that Capcom is doing right now to their games. I honestly think, no, that is not necessarily the case.
No, they had the right to do it.
They have the right to do it, but there are worse things than, yeah, as weird as it sounds, there are worse things than, a nude Chun-Li mod that Capcom wants to work against. I think their primary thing is really, yeah, one of them is definitely the Outfit 3 swap into Outfit 1. Like, I do not know how much money they have lost, but you can probably do the math. Like, if you check any of the Outfit 3 model swaps, costume swaps to Outfit 1, there is a metric of how many people have downloaded those mods. You just multiply that by the price, and you can already tell how much money they have lost from that one costume alone. There are grounds for that. And of course, the defense that I have seen around these mods, Red, would you like to take a guess?
Too expensive.
What, they just...
Copyright.
Mm-hmm.
See?
Oh, you good, Red?
Sorry, my voice was giving out for a second.
All good, all good.
So what was the question again? Sorry.
Oh, all good. The question was, what do you think is the defense or argument that people will use to defend the Costume 3 swap mods in Street Fighter 6?
Your defense?
Yeah.
It's my side. It's my mod and stuff, I guess.
Well, not just that, but the argument also is that Capcom is a crapcom greedy corporation. So stealing from them is okay. Like, no. No, it is not.
Like,
No, that they can sue you for like plagiarism.
Well, not just plagiarism,
Copyright.
literally stealing. Literally stealing.
it's literal
Yeah.
theft.
It
Like,
is literal theft.
Yeah,
I
you're-
mean, people really seem to forget that although Robin Hood did steal for the benefit of the people, it is still a crime. It is still a crime.
Yeah.
Yep.
It is still a crime. And yeah, like, I do get also, there is a middle ground to this though. Like, I do get that a lot of people were frustrated that the collab outfits only work for avatars. And you could not put, say, Chun-Li in your Forger's outfit, so they made a mod for that. And I'm like, well, to be fair, in the community's defense, you cannot pay for that to put it on Chun-Li's mod, so they are not really stealing anything. But you see, in Final Fantasy XIV, we do have this rule, like, if there is an item shop costume that has been data mined, like, go ahead, okay, fine, we'll swap it. But the moment it goes on sale, we are taking that mod out. Like, you are not using that shit for free anymore. And I think that is fair. I think that is
is a fair
fair.
rule.
Like, I honestly think if Capcom gave people the chance to buy your Forger's outfit, even with the scummy currency system they have right now, people would do it. Because there is a demand for it. People want to buy it. But because they can't, this is the only way they can have their character wear your or Lloyd Forger's outfit. There is physically, literally no way officially for you to wear those outfits outside of your character avatar, which sucks. Because again, like when Tekken 8 released, that was one of the funniest memes that came out. Like, yeah, we can dress our characters as anything ... for free. The game allows us to.
Like, hell,
I think
can
also-
make, I can make Maximilian Victor.
Yes.
Like, hell.
Yeah, Red, you were saying?
I think it's also because I think people with the whole your X Street Fighter 6.
Yeah,
thing
Spy
going on
Family
too.
X. Yeah, Street Fighter 6.
Yeah, Spy Family. Sorry.
Yeah, all good.
People rightfully assumed that it was actually going to be a character rather than a just a costume thing. So, and that I guess also further sparked this whole kerbuckle of like,
Well,
why is it only specifically for avatars and stuff?
well, I would chalk that up to I would say overhype and was this overhype and misunderstanding, to be honest. Like, to give an example of this, do you guys remember No Man's Sky?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of
Who
people
hasn't?
rightfully blamed Hello Games for the list of things that they promised but did not deliver. However, when people re-examined the interviews with Murray at the time, media outlets really did do him dirty, because, like, if I were to ask you, Red, like, let's say you are creating a game and I ask you, is there character customization in this game? Give me any
Say
response.
yeah. Just say yes.
You just say yes. I'll say, oh, this game has full-blown character customization. You can completely wear all outfits of other characters in this game. Like, bro, he just said yes.
Yeah. He didn't further elaborate.
He didn't further elaborate. Then when people ask, like, can you play with other players? He said, kinda. Guess what the media outlet said? This game has full multiplayer support. I'm like, where did he say that though? Now, of course, people can openly say he lied, but here's the thing though. He did not blatantly lie. Maybe he just did not know how to properly word it. So,
He didn't outright confirm.
yeah, he did not
either.
outright confirm it. However, so with this Spy Family Street Fighter 6 collab, because it is a collab, set your expectations. This is Street Fighter, not Fortnite. Whenever people say, oh, this thing is collaborating with, oh, we're getting skins, aren't we? See, you can make that assumption with Fortnite because the expectation is there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, when
Everyone
people
thought-
say, when people say like X game anime TV show is getting a collab with Fortnite, the immediate assumption is, oh, we're probably getting skins from that. Cool. But with Street Fighter 6, this is not the first collab either. We had the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles collab. Were any of them playable on the base game and not the story mode avatar? No.
No.
You did not see Ryu fighting Donatello in Capcom Cup or something? No.
Everyone's thought with your Forger coming into Street Fighter, they thought it's gonna be like alternate costume for Chun Li.
Chun-Li, yeah, but not
Because
once
if she
did
was fighting
they...
with Chun Li with the same moveset, that makes so much sense though.
Yeah, but...
But as soon as they showed the trailer, then it's just an avatar with Jury's movesets, and everyone was disappointed.
Oh, not just that, but the thing is, even I watched the trailer and there were disclaimers all over the place. They said that the UI is using like assets just for the trailer. They said that. They said that in a lot of the promotional video. Like when they saw the life bar have like Chun-Li's, Chun-Li, and then you see Chun-Li's face on the life bar, right? And then for it had yours face on the life bar. But before that, they did say that some assets in this trailer is used exclusively for the promotion of this event or collaboration. Like, when I saw that, I'm like, oh, okay, this is probably going to be Avatar exclusive only because, yeah, it is used just for this promotion. I'm pretty sure we cannot play, I'm pretty sure we cannot play your in any official extent, or not like they're giving us a new move list. Nah, no way. Absolutely not. And then, yeah, although that animation was cool, I'm like, that is really just an animation and promotion and stuff. Like, if they really wanted to show us that Chun-Li would have an alternate costume with your Forger, they would have definitely promoted that. Maybe not so early, but near the release date, they would have. They probably would have.
Yeah.
Like, as someone who has studied in marketing, you do not blow your load very early on in your marketing campaign. That is very obvious. Like, if you have an upcoming event, like a big, say, hypothetical, let's say a big collab for Lethal Company, you generally you kind of tease who is in the collab. You do not like. That is not Solid Snake. You do not say on 30 days before the event happens, here is a full roster of people in the event. Like, there goes all your hype. There goes all the hype, buzz around the event, gone within the first week. No, you have to layer it. You have to build it up so that the buzz and the interest in that event stays until the launch of the event. So, I did not personally follow this Spy Family collab with Street Fighter 6 because I was just playing other games at that time. And I was not really interested in the collab because, again, my expectations were there. If this is anything like Ninja Turtles collab, that is going to be an Avatar-only costume. That's it. I expected that already. So, again, I still sympathize, however, with the people who were very hyped with this collab, but I cannot help but ask, but where did you guys assume that that Chun-Li was going to get your Forger's outfit? Like, yeah, I find it very hard to even safely assume that that was going to happen. Because blatantly, it was not like Chun-Li was using the outfit at all. Like, not in any official footage sense, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So again,
it would have been shown differently.
It would be it would be very much shown differently. All right, to put the whole bow on this whole podcast, I want to hear your final thoughts on the whole issue regarding Capcom and mods. I want to start with Roa first. Like, what are your final thoughts on Capcom's whole anti-modding measures they have been taking recently? Like, what are your final thoughts on that?
My thoughts is that they do want to do mods, but the problem is that can we trust the community to behave themselves to do that? And because of that, Chun-Li is that.
Clearly, that is a no.
But there is some benefits of having mods, but
of course,
there is way too many bad actors that would shoot that down.
True. How about you, Red? I would like to know the perspective from someone who plays games primarily vanilla.
Yeah, for me on the outside, and also being on the outside of not being that much of a Capcom fan in the first place. Maybe because I just didn't really play much of their games.
That's fine.
But
your input is still very important because I'm pretty sure there are others who share in your current, like, well, I am not really involved in this, but they have thoughts too.
Exactly.
So yeah, what are your thoughts?
Like, I understand the whole discourse around it and why Capcom is doing what they're doing to cracking down, in a sense, on these mods. But it is certainly, in my perspective, as an outsider, a bit of an overreaction.
Oh, wow.
For sure. Because it's, yes, I understand it was in an official setting as well, which can definitely have a very tarnishing effect on Capcom as a whole. To have something as blatantly lewd on an official broadcast can definitely have some really big ripple effects on the company themselves. Not just that,
even just the nude incident alone has serious ramifications moving forward.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So I understand why they would want to be hard cracking down on this in the moment, as of right now. But again, it is certainly a bit of the overreaction because now they're doing it across their entire catalog and whatnot. I think you don't need to go that far, But if they're doing it specifically for just Street Fighter, that I can understand and be like, okay, that's fine. That whole incident happened, makes sense. But now that they're doing it for basically other games outside of Street Fighter is when it becomes more like it just seems entirely unnecessary, especially because of how much people love modding their games as well too. So
Yeah.
it just drives a stake between the community and the publisher unnecessarily, honestly.
And to put a little emphasis on that, again, most of the time these mods require an official copy for these mods to work. So in a sense, like these mods kind of are again, I'm kind of reaching over a bit, but it is hard not to look at it from this perspective. Mods are kind of a pseudo anti-piracy measure because yeah, like if there is a mod that catches your interest, you need an official copy for the mod to work. Now, as for my views on this whole thing, I think Capcom and the community can learn from each other. Like, they have to look at it from both perspectives, in my honest opinion. Now, I'm not saying this because this is what I do, but I think in this situation, it is important that both Capcom and the community look from their own, from each other's perspective. Like, I do get that Capcom is trying to protect their property and stuff, but they need to realize and they need to try and look at communities that have supported their games, and not just their games, but they should really see how mods really can benefit a game in general way past its lifespan. Like, there are so many games that fit this example, and of course the most common one is just about any Bethesda game that they have stopped officially supporting, but mods still officially support said game. And again, I want to reiterate and emphasize, official unpirated copies of original game is needed, with mods that give it more replayability and longevity and stuff. Like those kinds of mods exist, and that is primarily the goal of modding in general. However, from the perspective of the community, they should understand that modding is not purely good, unfortunately. There are bad actors in that camp as well. Like, yes, Capcom is very much outdated, out of touch with their own community and fan base. However, they must realize that there have been instances where mods have been used for very malicious and nefarious reasons. And most recently, I will not even point out the Chun-Li mod because I think that does not compare to the Costume 3 swap, because that is straight up stealing. Straight up. Like, swapping a pay-to-use costume with a free-to-use one is straight up stealing. There is no other way to look at it. Any argument that says, oh, it's Capcom, it's legally... No. Morally... No! It is still a crime.
How's it legal?
It is still illegal. Like, you do not answer a wrong with another wrong. Like, yes, their microtransactions and currency thing is very manipulative and scummy. Like, people can argue, like, gacha games? Yes, yeah, I get it. But do note, like...
You can play for free.
Those games you can play for free. So they do have a defense for, like, yeah, the reason why we are quite manipulative and scummy is because you can play this game for free. But again, even though it is a wrong, justified or unjustified, you do not answer a wrong with another wrong. Like, is it wrong for Genshin Impact or any gacha game to price their roles like this and the chance and drop rates for that? Arguable. But you do not, you do not answer that. You do not, if it is objectively wrong, you do not answer that with, you know what? I will use this I will use this third-party program to give me X amount of primo gems so I can get all the rolls I want. No, that is stealing. So in Capcom's side, yeah, like, yeah, this game is 60 to 70 US dollars. Like, they should not be pricing it, if not this high, at least this manipulatively. Yes, I can agree with that. But I do not agree with you guys stealing because of that. No. It is a crime, it is illegal, and it is wrong.
Yeah.
Like, I am just of that mind that you do not answer a wrong with a wrong. You simply do not. It sucks. It is very different, but no, you should not answer a wrong with a wrong.
Yeah. Like, yeah, like with me, with my color, with recoloring, I'm not stealing the model. I am simply changing the color and keeping as it is and not swap it to something that's been paid.
Yeah, I mean, one of the popular mods, just to add to that, a bit of a tangent, but it's fine, it's kind of related. Like, the PS5 exclusive colors, those have been modded in on PC because you cannot get that. At least not yet, to my knowledge. You cannot get PS5 exclusive colors on Guilty Gear Strive on PC. And I'm like,
and it's there.
It is there though. Like, if they charged $1 or $5 or 10 so that every character can have those PS5 exclusive colors, I'm pretty sure people will complain about the price, but they will get it anyway because, hey, at least we can get it officially. Okay, cool. Like, there is a demand for it, and it is really up to Capcom if they want to meet that demand or not. However, there is a limit. There is a line that should not be crossed for, like, I want my demand to be met. And, like, even if it means stealing, I will do it. No. No. You do not do that. So yeah, like, just to put the final bow on this Capcom versus mods thing is not as complicated, but also not as simple as people would like to paint it to be. Because, again, modding as a whole, right? As a whole, and also a sum of its parts. Like, it has been generally a very big benefit for just about any game that has a modding community. Like, even now, people are hoping that Relink has a modding community, and I can see how that can benefit the game. It will give people reasons to play that game more even after they have cleared every quest or 100% of the game. I can speak from experience. Like, I have 700 plus hours in RE4 because of that. And the mods that I use are not invasive. They're not... Yeah, I'm pretty sure Capcom will not mind. However, I am aware that there are mods that exist that I'm pretty sure Capcom would put on their Nintendo hat and do what Nintendo don't exactly with these mods, and they have in the past. That is why I think one of my favorite words, a compromise, has to be done for both sides. And for the modding community, they have to understand that there are mods that they should not do, that they really should not. And for Capcom, yes, for Capcom, they must realize that not all mods are cheats. Unlike that, sorry, I have to be very blunt here, but unlike that stupid ass statement they had on their video, no, not all mods are cheats. They're not the same as cheats. Yeah. Very dumb of it to say that. All right. Anyway, before I end the stream here, of course, I will do my usual thing. I will give my guests the red carpet. If you guys have a future stream you're planning, or if you like to give a shout out or anything, now is the time. I will start with Ro, of course.
Yes, I do stream whenever I have time, but tomorrow I will be next streaming. It will be for Persona 3 Reloaded.
Oh shit, nice.
Yes, I am excited, and that's one of my favorite RPGs ever. One of my favorite games ever.
I am looking forward.
I want to check everything. I'm going to look through everything.
Every nook and
see
cranny.
what has-
Nice.
What has changed and what
Gotta make a
has
game.
been refined.
You know what? I am looking forward to all of the gaming outlets comparing it to Persona 5 again. I am looking forward
Yeah,
to what
pretty
kind of
much.
bullshit comments they will make again. Okay. How about you, Red? How about you? When is your next stream and
Well,
stuff?
I don't. Well, at least I don't have any streams currently planned.
Or, you know,
because, again,
update
I'm
on your
still- I'm
current
still
voice
sick.
box situation.
Let's say it's about 60 to 70% fully repaired.
That's
so,
good.
So I am making headway in terms of recovering completely, but at the same time, I still shouldn't really be speaking too much. Hence why I didn't really speak all that much.
Yeah, the fact that
Throughout
you're
this
able to be
podcast.
here means a lot, man.
Yeah. So I mean, I do apologize that.
No,
because of me,
it's
it had
okay.
to be delayed.
It's okay. I prioritize your health and well-being over anything else, man. It's
But
okay.
yeah. So for the whole next week, there might not be, unfortunately, but I'll see what I could do. My mind is okay, but I just can't really speak much, and that kind of, I guess, in a way, gets in the way of my own streams too, because I do want to talk to people. I do want to chat with all of you guys, but if I can't really chat in the first place, then it's like, why should I even stream, right?
Fair.
So, maybe not. We'll see more. And if I am gonna stream something, it'll probably be Power World.
Nice.
I'm really obsessed with Power World right
A
now.
lot
I
of
love
people
this
are
game to
obsessed with
death.
Palo World. Cannot blame you
It's
there.
so fun.
It is fun. It
love
is
it.
more than just the meme of, pocket monster with guns. No, it is more than that. Someone who has played, no, it is more than that. It is more than a shit post of a game. It is a fun game.
It is actually tremendously good, actually.
Yes.
Yeah, so maybe not. There might be some streams, and if you do happen to catch me, I do appreciate you guys just coming on by, just saying hello,
Yes.
giving me your time as well.
Yes, I have given both of you a shout out. So for those who want to keep track and get notified, of course, give Roa and Red a follow. Do not forget to click that follow and that follow button and the bell icon if you want to get notified whenever we go live.
Also, before we go, I have something to show.
Okay, do show.
Alright, it'll be in the chat.
Okay.
Apparently, because we're talking about mods, I have these up. It's on the side chat.
Oh, let me see this.
Hey yo.
Ooh, who is this?
I made a biking. You asked me long ago for a biking mod.
Yeah, I did.
I made one.
That actually looks nice.
That is awesome.
I am still trying to cook. It because some of the alphas are not working the way I want it, so I have to fix a bit of
All
it.
good. I understand. I did look up
Well,
how,
sure.
because I was curious. How difficult is it to mod just recolors, not even retexture, but just recolors. Not easy.
It's
not easy. Like I did dabble in a bit of Blender 3 just to see how difficult it is to put models into RE4 remake. Not easy. Not easy. I will say that much.
I feel
I
like
already
modding in
told you
general
what
is very
the
difficult.
process I.
Yeah, especially if the game does not have official mod support. No, not easy.
Yeah, and on top
Yeah.
of that, yeah.
All right. For now, we will say goodbye for now. We will see you in our respective streams. Foxtrots, I will be taking a 1.5 hour break before I stream some Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. I will see you all later. And of course, for those who are part of Roa's and Red's community, you will see both of them in their respective streams. We'll see you all. Thank you again for tuning in to this episode of Shrine Talk. Thank you. Have a good day, everyone. Bye.
Yeah, nah.
Johnny.